So we're going to now unveil the book cover of Ms. Shilpa Bhasin Mehra's forthcoming book that she has graciously consented to give to us. The book is in the editorial stage right now, but we thought we'll use this opportunity and this forum to unveil the cover for the book. And we are really grateful to Mr. Amit Kapoor, Managing Partner, Jyoti Sagar and Associates, to have consented to unveil the cover. Thank you so much, sir. So with that, I'll request Mr. Kapoor to unveil the cover and show it to you all. So as you can see, the title is Unfiltered and Unapologetic. The book is a collection of Shilpa's essays written over years across different subjects and topics. And she's a already published author. She's done a book before. Not all battles are legal, which was a bestseller when it was published. And we hope that this new book also will inspire a lot of lawyers and non-lawyers alike to be able to learn from her experiences and perspectives. I would now request Mr. Amit Kapoor to say a few words, and then I'll request Shilpa to speak a few words.
Good evening. Thank you very much for inviting me, Vidhi. I really appreciate the opportunity. If you would look at the book, interestingly, the title is Unfiltered and Unapologetic. But I must tell you, it is anything unapologetic or unfiltered. It's actually a very thoughtful set of writings. There are some 75 pieces, each just in 2 sheets, capturing essential learnings on her way. And my compliments to Shilpa, a really fine job, because it addresses the human element which underlies us. It addresses you, it addresses me. And what's important is that the author has actually dived into her life experiences over 5 or 7 years as this journey went. I was asking her, how long did she take to pull these together? And it's amazing how each of them is very distinct. It captures a particular element and you relate to them. You know, if you were to look at the titles, and I did look at it at some length, and I'll read some for you. There is something called a job title does not define you. It's so true. Every time you meet somebody and they extend a hand to shake a hand or introduce, they will say so-and-so lawyer, as if that's the complete personality of a person, but it's beyond. And Shilpa has very beautifully discerned many such aspects of human existence. So thank you for doing that, Shilpa. It's been wonderful. I read a couple of pieces and I particularly enjoyed. I love the preface particularly. She has captured the essence of human existence beyond traditions of a particular domain or a profession. She has brought to us experience which came out of tough youth, where she went through a very difficult phase, and she has really blossomed after that. So I must say, great compliments to the parents. Dr. Vasin's daughter and Ninaji, they have been very supportive, very, very strong by her side, and it reflects. What is most interesting, honestly, is that these are pieces that have nothing to do with law. It has to do with the human being that's in us. So if you look at it, if you read, if you look at the issue of ability to encourage, a beautiful piece that talks about, can we find in ourselves to appreciate somebody without seeking something in return? Or do we must always put somebody down just to feel good for ourselves? And it's so wonderful. It's a great thought. It's something which will help us relate to reality around us. The Art of Conversation, another beautiful piece. So I would commend that please do pick a copy when it comes along and do read. And I would say in the journey, ponder. You will find a lot of your own life experiences looking back at you. And that's the beauty of this book. It is not about the author's wisdom and the great E is equal to MC square that she brings to you. No. It helps you discern in very simple, straight pieces, very accessible to all of us, realities of our lives. And that is wonderful. Very few do it. Most of us get caught in the idiom of high-flown English and some conceptual realities, forgetting the substratum, which is the human being. So again, a great compliment to you. And I must say that I have enjoyed the 8 pieces I read. And I'm looking forward to see what comes out of it. And I hope that you will enjoy it as well. So congratulations, job well done. And can't wait to get my hands on it.
I'll request Shilpa to say a few words.
Hello. A very good evening to all my guests. Mr. Kapoor, thank you so much for your very kind words. I'm truly honored. I usually describe myself as a lawyer by profession and a writer by passion. And I honestly cannot think of a better or a more appropriate platform than Vidhi for the covered release of my book, Unfiltered and Unapologetic. I think our life experiences and our circumstances have a profound effect on our thoughts, our attitudes, and our perspectives. I had a life and death experience in the year 2003, which is chronicled in my first book, All Battles Aren't Legal. The reason I'm sharing this with you is that my thinking became more compassionate and more humane after this experience. I wanted to share so much, and writing became the perfect medium. So I wrote many, many articles that were published in magazines as well as newspapers. If I was asked to define life in 3 words, I would say it goes on. And if I may add further, I would say life may not be the party we hoped it to be, but while we are here, we may as well dance. So that is the message of my book. The articles are a compilation. It's just, this is the origin of the book, because everybody has been telling me that you should have it in one place. And I'm very grateful to Vidhi and to Vikesh and your team for inviting me here, and truly honored and delighted. Thank you.
Thank you, Shilpa. Sir, can I request you also to say 2 words? 2 minutes, please.
I think I'm at loss for appropriate words after what my dear friend Amit has said, and after what Shilpa, my daughter. Yeah, it is her experience, partly ordeals, and then the learning lessons from life. Because she was in a coma for months together. Thereafter, there was a recovery almost full, except that some movement, you see, she can't do. But mentally, she is very alert. And that is reflected in the book which she wrote, All Battles Aren't Legal, which received, you see, which has come out, I think, in 3 editions by now. And these are her further reflections on COVID and post-COVID experiences. Therefore, I think it will be like a learning lesson for all the students, young people, and for all of us in a way. So I'm grateful to Amit for releasing the cover of the book, which promises to be a really good piece of writing by Shilpa. Thank you.
Neena ji, few words from you as well.
Good evening. Shilpa, a big congratulations to you. And I would say that when you go for a movie and there's something very special about a movie, you bring it back home. You think about it, you carry it back home. A movie which you don't carry it back home, is not a movie which is worthwhile talking about. Similarly, if you read a book or read an article with which you can relate yourself, you can relate some of it as a part of your own life, and you carry it back, think about it, ponder about it. That is what Shilpa's writing is all about. And I would compliment Shilpa, and I always feel that I am her mother, but I feel that why I can't write so beautifully. I really, in fact, want to, sit down and write a book on my experiences, but I'm not able to get together all that. And I think so I'm going to take Shilpa's help to put all my thoughts together so that I can also write a book, and Shilpa can do a forward for me in that. Thank you.
With your permission, I have a question for the two of them. Shilpa's struggles and her challenges are reflected in her book. But the struggle that parents have is much harder. And I would want you to tell us, how was that journey? Because to see her blossom today is a gift. But at that moment, when she went through that challenge, it must have been very tough. Being a father, I understand what it must have been. And I can only imagine how painful, how challenging every morning was.
Yeah, when we heard, you see, that she has developed meningitis and she was in Dubai, our son-in-law called us up. But then what I saw was amazing family support. It was not just two of us, my other daughters, her siblings, we all of us worked as a team, spent months together in Dubai and saw her come out of coma and then coming to her normal self. It was challenging, but the end result, you see, is great. Thank you.
So with that, we end the sessions for today. I think there's something still going on in Hall 1, so maybe you can join us there. So thank you so much. I hope you all had an interesting day with lots of interesting conversations, enriching discussions. And please do join us again tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. We again run 2 parallel tracks tomorrow. And the great thing is that Justice Madan Lokur has consented to deliver the valedictory address tomorrow around 4:30 p.m. So please join us in the morning and stay put till the evening. Thank you.